Yep. Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Chivonne Noel, and we are live on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. So today is going to be a candid convo. We are expecting Mr. Deonta in just a moment, so we're going to just hang out for a minute until he arrives. But we're going to have some candid conversation about love and relationships. You know, the usual, but we're going to have a little special twist on it. So this week, you guys can call in, ask questions, and Deontay and I aren't necessarily love and relationship experts per se, but we can give you a little something something. So I have the number on our social media platforms, but for those of you that are tuning in, the phone number is 404-254-4347. That's the number to the station where you can reach us directly. So we'll answer some questions today. But I have a few things that I wanted to share. I hope you all had an amazing weekend. I hope that this Sunday evening finds you happy, safe, and COVID free. But anywho, today is also my son's birthday. So happy birthday. Happy 13th birthday to my baby boy, Robbie. I officially have a teenager, you guys. So I'm not really sure how to feel about that. I was telling him this morning, I was like, you getting old, baby, not me though. But anywho, I'm excited for what this journey brings. I'm excited for what is to come. I know the best is yet to come. And one thing that I am happy about, my son is not, what people say, those grown kids. He's still a kid. He's like a little baby. He's like, a boy's boy. He likes to have fun. He still plays and all that kind of good stuff. So I'm excited about that. He's not too grown yet. Some kids, you see them and you're looking like, they so grown. So I have a teenager now, but I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this journey and what's in store. So again, happy birthday, Robbie. Mommy loves you. And like I said, the best is yet to come. Good evening, Mr. Deontay. How are you, dear?
I'm good. You look great.
Good. Oh, thank you, dear.
Happy
Oh,
birthday, Rob.
thank you. We hung out today. We had a good one. Of course, we try to keep everything COVID friendly, but
Yeah,
I said we still got to live a little bit.
absolutely.
So we went out. We went to Sky Zone in McDonough.
I saw that.
Yeah, and we booked the party for the first party for the day. So we tried to get in and get out before the crowd. So it was kind of quiet. It was almost like we had the whole place to ourselves.
Is it expensive
Um, this is kind of a catch 22. Depends on what you call expensive.
or what you get?
I feel like sometimes kids' birthday parties can be a little overrated and overpriced. Like, have you ever been to any of them, like the Chuck E. Cheese's or
Been
any
to
of them
Chuck E.
before?
Cheese, and then when I heard about the Sky Zone, it's like a large amount for like 20 minutes. Not even 20 minutes. It's like 30 seconds or something like
To the kids, it's like that.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
like
they
30
didn't want to
seconds.
stop playing,
Yeah.
but we got 90 minutes. Party room, pizza, sodas, and that was like 170 some dollars. And then I just did a few extra things a la carte.
Okay.
So, but by the time with tip and gratuities and a few extra pizzas, it was in the mid 200 range, which at the end of the day, they did play that much just to jump. So it's not like they did rides or anything like that. So it just depends on perspective, is what I
Right.
tell
That's not
people.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So,
what you is it for what you get?
right,
Right. Because
right.
this is the place where it looked like you skydiving, right?
No, this is like a trampoline place. The name is deceiving. So I
Oh.
would think that, yes.
Okay.
This
I'm
is
thinking
like
about
a,
the place
this is,
where.
all they do is
Okay.
jump, literally.
Jump like a trampoline
Yeah.
jump. Oh no, I'm thinking about the place. I think it's by the new stadium.
No. Mm-mm. So
Oh,
this,
okay, okay, okay.
they have different levels to the jumping,
Yeah,
but it's still jumping
it's
in
still
essence.
just
Yeah,
jumping,
yeah,
but that's still not expensive. That's
right.
because he looked like he had a nice time.
He did. It
Yeah.
was a,
Okay.
and the kids loved it. They
Yeah.
didn't want to stop. So
That's what it's
yeah, so they have it where you can do dodgeball on the trampoline, play basketball on the trampoline. So it's
about. Oh,
different
okay.
levels
That's
to
cool.
it, but it's still just jumping. We paid $300 to jump. No, I'm
My kids never had asked to go, so I ain't been.
Yeah, it's cool. We've been a couple times and we enjoyed
That's
it.
what's up.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. Hi, Miss Trina. I appreciate your support. You tune in each and every week. Hey. But I have on my live that we are going to do some Q&A, but I
Cool.
also wanted to touch on the event that's coming up, and I also wanted to make a special announcement today.
Yeah.
So, our guest last week, Miss McLean and her jewelry and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So she has it to where people can come underneath her and sub sell, if you will.
Uh-huh.
So I decided to buy in and start my own jewelry line as
That's
well.
what's up.
Yeah, so
That's what's
I'm
up. That's what's up.
excited. So it'll be launching soon. I just really just got started, so I haven't received my product just yet. She gifted me this necklace I'm wearing. If you guys can see it, it has the cute little butterflies, and it's super cute. Very nice quality. I was so surprised. So I
Speak the
was,
truth.
yeah. So I've been pondering on a name and all that kind of good stuff, and I decided to play off of my name, my middle name. So it's going to be Noel's Jewels.
Mm,
And my little catchphrase is you can't spell jewelry without the no without Noel. I can't even get it right yet. Hold on. You can't spell jewelry without Noel. So just
without
playing,
no will.
yeah,
I can
playing
dig it.
on my little name and all that kind of good stuff. So
I like it.
I'm excited about my new endeavors. I like doing new stuff and keep reinventing myself and
It's funny you say that. I was speaking to a guy friend who listens in on the show,
okay.
and he was like, "Man, I don't know who was listening and who wasn't, but he
Uh-huh.
said, man, I almost wanted to call in because
Aw.
he heard one part where she was saying something. I think she said something like $40 to make you $800. He was like, your
and get
phone should have
started.
been blowing up. He said the phone line should have been going crazy. He was like, how do I sign up?
I'm
I
like
said, you
that
want to sell
too.
bagels? He said,
Yes.
yeah.
I mean, and I think for a man, he'll definitely do well because ladies are going to gravitate to him automatically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
So,
don't know how serious he was. He just was like, man, the hustle was real.
yes. And when I see an opportunity, I'm just like, okay, let me jump on that. Let me jump
Why
in
not?
if it makes
Why
sense.
not? Why
Because,
not?
for one, two things that I felt like it was a good opportunity. One, I do property management at the mall. We have tons of jewelry store at the mall and they do well. Like I see all their sales when they come in, and people are still dying to get in. Like we're at the point now where we're not even taking any more jewelry because it's like we got a billion gazillion jewelry stores. We don't need now another one.
But it must obviously be
Be
doing well.
yes. So I said, okay, I must need to get into this. Then on top of that, I like the different franchises, but I wanted to do something a little bit different from what everybody else was doing. We have the paparazzi and all the other different
Right.
ones, and not to knock them. I love them. I've purchased, I've supported, I do enjoy them. But I wanted to do something that, when someone puts it on or wears it, they can't just automatically be, oh, that's paparazzi jewelry. I want the people to be like, oh, that's different. What is that? You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
That's how you sell.
And still be
Signature.
affordable.
Right.
Yeah. So
Signature.
I'm excited about this new endeavor
So
and
that's what you was talking about on your social media. And I was like, what is it? I was waiting to hear it. Because I saw you say you start a new business, and you was going to let us
yes.
know.
Yeah.
So that's what's up. Glad to hear it.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited. So I have to keep you guys posted on the official launch and all that kind of good stuff. I'll have things on hand, but of course you can buy it online and all that kind of good stuff. So it's going to be exciting. New
Nothing like a win.
endeavors. Yeah.
Nothing like a win.
Thank you, sir. Well, how was your weekend? What's going on with you and your world? How are you and the family and all that kind of good stuff?
Me and the family doing good. I
Good.
had a very relaxing weekend. I
Yeah.
partaked in some liquids.
Okay. All right.
And a little drinking here and there. But other than that, I had a great
You
weekend.
had a great
I had a great
weekend.
weekend. Enjoying some good
Awesome.
conversation. Yeah, I had a great
Good, good. Now, I thought that mine was going to be a little bit more relaxing than it was, but last weekend, but I don't know why I thought that when we had another birthday to
weekend.
celebrate and all
Exactly.
that
It's
kind
gonna
of
go
good stuff.
like that the rest of your
Back to back to back, because me
Yeah.
and my son were 7 days apart.
Right.
So,
Me and my mom the same way.
really?
Oh
Okay.
God.
Oh,
The
wow.
14th, mine the 21st.
Wow. Now, interestingly enough, September used to be super celebratory in my house before my husband passed. His birthday was the 14th of September.
Bless him.
Our anniversary was the 26th of September. My birthday the 27th, and then Robbie 7 days after in October. So this is a
Yeah,
little.
y'all saving for September.
I know, right? Everybody else something for Christmas. I'm like, no, that's a breeze for us. We
Right.
September is the. Yes, yes, yes. Well, we're gonna kind of hop into convo. We have opened the phone lines up for those of you that are willing or interested in calling. I have the phone number posted in on my live, but for those of you that are tuned in to the radio, you can reach us at 404-254-4347 and give us a call, ask us questions, all that kind of good stuff. But I have a few things that I kind of screenshotted and grabbed from different social media points and things of that nature that I wanted to, get the convo started with. So, my first one, let's see what this is. Okay, so it's a meme. The gentleman is telling his girlfriend or a significant other, wife, whomever, I got another woman pregnant. If you want to leave, go ahead. She says, no, I won't leave you. I'll help you raise the child. I thought that was very interesting. Not that in the sense that she didn't leave, because I've seen it happen where they work it out with another child involved. It was just interesting to me that her automatic response was, "No, I'll stay and help you raise the child." Not even so much, we've invested too much or I love you. That was yeah, and I and I know that they can't put too much story into the meme, so we have to take it for what it
It's
is.
supposed to start a conversation.
Yeah.
Um, what you got to say?
Well, I know someone personally that has experienced this. So I know the gentleman. I don't know his wife personally or whatnot. So now the child is a teenager. So this was, a while ago. Yes, yes. I believe the child's probably like 16 or 15 around that age now. And interestingly enough, it worked out, but the mistress or the other woman was the nanny.
Whoa,
And
say that
so
one more time.
the other woman that he had the baby with was their nanny.
Okay.
She cleaned their home and was assisting with whatever other duties that made that
Yeah.
came around or
Yeah.
whatnot. So an affair came and she got pregnant. And so my thing is it's levels to it. I'm a dissector. So I think, okay, you had an affair. Okay, so that's the obvious, of course. You didn't use protection.
Right.
You didn't have a conversation with the young lady to see if she was on any contraceptive or birth control or anything to that nature to make sure that this wasn't going to be something that completely interrupted our life. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I thought the next thing I would say, so this happened in the house.
You know what? That's a good question. To what I know, it was an ongoing relationship with the side lady. So who's to say it could have? You know what I mean? Yeah.
So
Mhm.
this happened at the house. Y'all been using the rubber back, just back up to one.
Right.
And it was an affair.
Yeah.
Uh,
And someone that knew your wife, so sometimes that adds another sting to
that does
it.
add another thing.
Yeah.
So, and the wife was able to get past.
They still married. I don't know what home is like these days, and
Right.
if he catches hell on a regular. Now then, adding a whole nother element, and just talking about the situation that I happen to know personally, baby mama gives him hell too. She gives him all kind of hell. Like she is the baby mama from hell, if you will. Like the stories that you hear that brings the drama, brings the heat.
Right.
She is that woman.
So not only is the wife dealing with the fact that there's a child, but you're dealing with a crazy baby mama too,
Yeah.
and a suspicious husband.
Yeah. Like basically, yeah.
Oh man, she's strong. I mean, y'all still you and him still friends?
um,
I'm
at a
only asking
distance,
to ask
yes,
this
we do
question. I don't
talk.
know if you can answer this question.
Uh
Like,
huh.
does the wife have things going for herself? Is she a looker? Like,
That's
what
another
is her
thing.
self esteem low? And
I
I ain't saying she shouldn't stay. I'm just saying it's a lot of factors on why she should,
right. You're
or
right,
why most people wouldn't.
and that's a good question. She's a plain looking woman. Not a head turner, but not unattractive. I feel like she could dress up and be that woman,
Okay.
but she by choice is plain, not
Okay.
because she couldn't be a head turner or whatever you want to call it. Um then she also could be that girl. She has a master's degree in education and all that kind of stuff. Educated, has what it takes, you know. But by choice, she is a teacher at a daycare. And he said that she makes like, I want to say like $10 an hour when you have a master's degree, you know. And so I'm not knocking anyone's earnings, but you have the potential. If you're holding a master's degree, you have the potential for so much more. And it's not, this is just like a in between type job or in the meanwhile. This, she's been doing that for some time, and that's where she's just at, not aspiring to do more or any of that, because I know we all, you know, go through transition. This is what she's doing.
I mean, from what I hear, and then, well, let me say this first. We was talking about perspective when we was talking about, you know, how expensive the Sky Zone was and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we talk about perspective. In this situation, is the perspective, sweetie? I know I messed up. I went downhill. I backslid, or I'm gonna come back to church. Like, what is his perspective, or is it just, man, she was here, baby, and you know, one thing led to another, and here we got a baby, like. You get what I'm saying? Like how they looked at it. Because if she looking at it like, I understand you succumbed to temptation. You know what I'm saying? And she looked at it like, yeah, I get that. You know, you let the evils take over you. I can see her being like, yeah, we're going to fight this together.
Right.
We're going to take that child and we're going to get you some help. But if it's just oh, yeah, I messed up again, but she you know what I'm saying?
That's what it was, Deonta. So just to give a little background, this gentleman used to be in the military. He got a dishonorable discharge due to infidelity.
So this is, I don't want to say it's his thing because I'm down, but that's his thing.
It is, okay, yeah. Like you let it pull your military career.
So if I had to diagnose from what I'm hearing right here on the radio, I would say they both like afraid. Like he got him an old plain Jane, because that's obviously not what you like. You know what I mean? Yeah. She ain't really popping like that for you. She don't make you want to come home and have fun with her. So you keep her though. Yeah. Because you know you probably ain't mature enough for a real woman, or you know you ain't up
that's
too
a
hard
good perspective too.
So
yeah.
And the other chick, she probably just happy to have a husband and don't want to get back out there.
That's a good perspective.
I don't see how y'all made this work.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Right.
I don't see how, and then 15 years. I mean, I would say the house might be a little rocky. And then you saying the baby mama crazy.
Yeah.
Me thinking that the baby mama crazy, in my perspective, will remind the wife every single time.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with this shit because of you. Like,
right.
Real,
yes.
Every single time she act up, I can imagine this is a trigger.
So not just when you see the baby every time, or the teenager at this point, but then also when baby mama on 10, you know what I mean? Like it's constant reminders and constant like, really?
We done seen in, what was that, Why Did I Get Married, when the dude had to check his baby mama?
Yeah.
We done seen when they act like that, a lot of times, I don't know no statistics, but a lot of times you still sleeping with him.
That's true too. That's a good point.
I'm just throwing that in there because of his history. His resume ain't good.
Right. Bless his little heart.
But he done made it work. I mean, they done raised a child, and that's what's more important. They done raised a child. They still together. That keeps back statistics good. So, however y'all making it work, I hope y'all keep making it work.
And again, I like to put in their perspective because that's very important to me. And I know that we're speaking solely off of my conversation with the gentleman. I've never spoke to the wife.
Right.
So just to, put that all out there to be as fair as could be, you know what I mean? And for conversation purposes. But, yeah, it's a really crazy situation. Like, I mean, those are one of those stories that you're just like, is that real or is it TV or is they real life? Yeah. Yeah.
What else you got? Yeah, it could be.
Oh my goodness. Well, okay, so let's see here. And I should have posted these on social media for people because I got a little bit of audience, y'all watching. Hey to y'all that are tuned in. I can't see everybody's name. So anywho, you'll never get what you truly deserve if you remain attached to what you're supposed to let go. And to me, that meant a few things. I think I've been guilty as well, and I know a lot of other people. Sometimes we may find ourselves in a situation for convenience or that rebound person or whatever you want to call it. Yes. And you know that person isn't the person for you. You know that this ain't it. But you stay in it for a minute. You get comfortable and you're like, okay, just until I meet somebody else
Right.
and
Right.
you know all yeah.
Right. I'm not ready to put another notch under my belt and all that type of stuff. So I'll
Yes.
just keep doing this right here. I know what you got going on. I already know I don't really want to stay, but
Right.
I know this versus
Yeah.
trying some new stuff and adding more people to my, repertoire.
So my thing is, do you feel like, because I kind of do, I feel like it could also hinder your progression, block your blessing from the new person that you're maybe meant to be with, because sometimes our attention, unintentionally, can be still directed to that not good fit. And then we have somebody in our face that may be the ideal person or an opportunity, and we may pass it by because we could be a little blinded or diverted, if you will, to
I'm a person who feel like, I don't know how true it is, but sometimes this is my feeling. Pain is more real than love. For the simple fact you can put your finger on it.
right.
Like
Yeah.
you know exactly what the pain is or how I feel, where it's coming from, that type of thing. Sometimes love is just you might just think you in love. You know what I mean? That type of thing. But
Yep.
I'm a person who pick at stuff. So if I once I done made that decision, like you was just saying, this is convenient.
Yeah.
Once I realize, yeah, this is just convenient.
Yeah.
I'm a person. I'll go ahead and cut it.
Okay.
I cut it.
Good.
I'll go ahead and deal with that pain and all that. That's why I just brought that whole other thing up. I will go ahead and deal with that. So that when because I'm an opportunist.
Okay.
So when that opportunity do come, I'll be
you be
ready.
ready.
Yeah, I'll be ready.
That's
We ain't
good.
dwelling on this person. I ain't still getting calls.
Right.
If I was ever be out there again, I'm not that person. You gonna be like, so you still dealing with your ex? No.
That's a good trait.
No.
Yeah.
That's me. I cut it. I think
Wow.
once I have came up with it's convenient.
Right.
Now, while you in the motion and you doing everything, you don't know that. But
Right.
once I done accept it, yeah, I really don't feel like calling you, but I want something. So you gotta make a decision. Go ahead and cut it and call the other person that been in your face and start something new, or deal with the convenience.
Deal with the convenience.
And
Okay.
everything that come with it.
Wow. I hear you though. That makes sense. And that's really good because a lot of people ain't that strong or just maybe not even secure. I don't really know the adjective to use, but they hang on.
I mean, we can use that as vices too.
Okay.
Just smoking cigarettes or doing other things that you want to let go,
and
you haven't let go because it's convenient for you.
Right.
You might got somebody in your face that probably shouldn't be in your face, but they your ride to work every day. And that might mess with your relationship.
That puts a whole nother element on it too.
That might mess with your relationship. Cut that.
Yeah.
Cut that.
Well, before we move on to some other topics, you guys, we got to talk about the pop up production coming on Sunday, October the 18th. I'm excited about that too. I love networking. I love bringing, you know, bridging the gap between small businesses and community. And I feel like this is what it's all about. It's a free event. We have a lineup of vendors. I'm gonna shout those out. Yeah, I'm excited. Like they just fell in my lap. They were coming before I even put most of the advertising together. So let's see here. We have, like I said, a few. Let's see. Velvet Creations. Velvet Creations is actually a lingerie line. So that's exciting and kind of goes hand in hand with the other. Yes. I didn't even think about that is just velvet lingerie. You're right. I guess so. Yeah. Right. That went right over my head, Deonta. I missed that. Yeah. The other one, which kind of goes hand in hand, is we have a representative from Bedroom Candy. So Candy Burris's toy line that she made, adult toy line. So she's a distributor of it. I have a young lady that sells accessories called Oh the Shades. She will be in the building. Our guest from last week, Miss McLean, will be here with her accessories as well. So we have a sunshades accessory line and then the bling. Yeah, she will be back in Atlanta again. We will also have a bartender, Mix Queens Creations. So she will be mixing drinks for us, you guys.
For
So,
free.
well, she'll be charging for her drinks.
Hey, you did the
She
well.
she'll be charging for them. I wish I could say. I know I might have spoiled everybody at my book signing because those were free.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
so I don't know what her fees are, but there'll be
Come
fees.
out and support her business.
Yes, yes. Now also, Girls Talk podcast will be in the building.
Okay.
Um, let's see here. Glad Smash will also be in the building. They're like a business consulting firm, but I think this is super cool because they're also the owner of the venue. So I was like, that was so awesome for him to believe in my event. To after I've paid him to be, have my
To
event
get the
there,
spot, right.
to him turn around and ask me how much was the vending spot and secure a vending spot.
That is
I
dope.
thought that was so awesome. So
That is
shout
dope.
out to Cass, the owner of the venue. He will also be
That is dope.
vending at the facility. Who else will we have? Oh, TMW Financial Solutions. Shout out to her. Like it's so many amazing people. This is one of the young ladies that initially she didn't reach out to me for this. She reached out to me for my quarantine and pray event
Mm-hmm.
and wanted to be a sponsor for that. Sent me $250 to sponsor my event. I canceled it and told me to keep the money. So it was only right that I gave her a table and she'll be on for me to
Right.
interview her. I mean,
Man,
I just feel like God really places some amazing people in my life, and
I want you to be a testimony.
that happened with a few people that sponsored my event that I canceled, and they told me to keep the money. Keep
That
the
believe
money.
me.
I was
That's why
like,
your new venture is about to take off. You already have a platform. Folks already know who you are. If
yeah.
you're grounded in what you're doing, they're going to
And I
trust
haven't even met this young lady. My first time meeting her is when she'll come to interview with us. Never met her a day in my life.
you. But told you people.
Yeah. How amazing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Melanated Pearl will be in the building.
I like the name.
Yes, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about her real quick too. I love all of them, but this concept is so different.
Mm-hmm.
So, melanated pearl, of course, is of color, hence the melanated. Pearl, her concept from that is a pearl comes from an oyster when it's in distress. So to have something so beautiful as a pearl come from out such of a dark or distressful place,
Mm-hmm.
that was the concept of black woman. I was like, you did that, honey. I love it. I love that concept.
That is the.
Now, she's not officially a nonprofit, but technically, she's not working for profit per se. So her primary function is to provide feminine hygiene products for women that are homeless. We have so many things to provide: housing, whether it's temporary, clothes, and food. But what do they do during that time of month? And so she provides that service. That's her primary function. Now, in addition to that, if you are a woman that, let's say, needs to get by till payday, like for example, I actually had a young lady reach out to me and she was like, I don't have money for a hotel until I get paid. That's the type of service she would lend to someone. Okay, so you probably need about 3 nights, about $150. I can lend you the money. You probably don't have the credit or whatever, or maybe not even the resources. Right. And so I think that is so amazing. She will be in the building as a resource vendor type style. Because again, she's not really a for profit. I mean, she does sell merchandise to fund her program, but it's to give back for the community. We'll also have my nonprofit in the building. The Power Panel will be there, which we mitigate against human trafficking. So my sister and I are co-founders of that. We'll be there. I also have my books on hand, Good Grief, Viewing Life's Tribulations Through an Optimistic Lens. And then also, Charmaine, my girl, shout out to Charmaine. She will be bringing her hot dog stand. She does Chicago style hot dogs. So you can get a hot dog
Tomatoes on there.
with
They got
anything you can
pickles
think
on
of
the
on
hot
them,
dog.
and
Yeah.
they're pretty amazing. Yes. We have a few other things lined up. I have a dancing school. It's young girls. They'll be coming to do ballet and perform. Of course, you'll be in the building, Mr. Deonta, to sing and bless
I'll
us
be
with your
there. I'll be there.
vocals.
I'll be there.
Bring your family, all that kind of good stuff. I have a few other people that are going to sing as well, but I'm still putting it together. But I'm excited about the closing, which will be our all male panel. So I'm excited about that. I know when we did that before, it was a hit. I mean, everybody loved it. So I said, we got to do it live. We got to do it where people can come and sit, ask questions, all that kind of
Look
stuff.
forward to that.
Yes, yes. The event again will be on Sunday, October the 18th. So that's in 2 weeks, y'all. It'll be from 12 to 5, and it's going to be at Bridge Ground Event Hall. That's where I had my book signing, 5400 Jonesboro Road, Lake City, Georgia. For those of you that may not be familiar with the Clayton County area, Lake City, Georgia is Morrow. It's like the Clayton State University, South Lake Morrow area. But yeah, we're gonna have a lot going on. We're gonna have a great time, and I'm excited. I'm excited, and again, it's a free event. And so It's a work in progress. So it's gonna be stuff that I haven't named because I'm still working on some things to make sure that it's an
Pop
experience.
up. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, a
Come
whole
on.
production, right? Absolutely, absolutely. Well, topic number 3, y'all.
I'm ready.
Okay. So you either build with a busy man or babysit a broke man. So
Back up.
self
Set it off.
self
Set
explanatory.
it off.
Okay, my thought process on it, because a lot of times we hear that women complain about their man being busy and not having time for them, and so I think that's why that whole concept comes up because like it's like, well, what do you want? Do you want me to be busy and making money, or do you want me to have time for you and stay home? And I could be a little bit of devil's advocate with it, but I think it's balance.
I think it's whatever he was doing when he met you. If he was
Mm.
busy when y'all got together and you accepted that and y'all dating or you done moved in and then it got serious, it is what it is. If he was
That's true.
already busy when you accepted this relationship.
Right.
I got a mentor, I got a guy I look up to and he loves to say this about him and his wife. He said, when she say something about that's a complaint, he said, you knew the job was dangerous when you took it. You
That's
know what I mean?
cute.
And that's
Yeah.
real.
Uh
That's
huh.
real. I mean, if his schedule was like that when y'all got together, it is what it is. The
Right.
man likes to make money. It was
Yeah.
something that you admired or adored, and that's what
And
pulled you
probably
to him.
attracted you
And
to him.
right, and
Yeah.
attracted you to him. So I would say, don't be immature and want so much time or to be needy to where you want to pull him away from his love in life on something that he was, geared to or stuck to before you got together.
Right.
That's what I would say.
And I think sometimes from a woman's perspective, I think that we or she can get lost in, well, maybe he was just overindulging in work because he was single. But now I'm here. He'll make time for me. You know what I mean? And I think that what is important for her or us to understand is it has to be his choice. We can't force that,
You
for
can't force
one.
it. Go ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead.
and so at the end of the day, because for me, I want it to be authentic. I don't want it to be because I'm bitching and crying and moaning and come spend time with me. Come. No, I'm not gonna make nobody take me to dinner, spend time.
Right.
None of
Right.
that. I want it to be 100% because you would much rather have spent the weekend with me than maybe taking that business trip or went to work again or whatever the case is. Like your time with me is just as valuable as chasing the bag.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. That's a
Yeah.
conversation y'all gotta have at the beginning. If you
Right.
take on this new job or if you do this,
Mm-hmm.
are you still gonna have time for me? That type of thing. But
Right.
see, a lot of times, the woman is saying she want more time. At the same time, she's saying she want to go out of town or she want this trip to such and such. And how
Yeah.
do I accomplish that? I have to go to work, sweetie.
Right.
So
Yeah,
like,
that's true too.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we gotta pick our balance. You
Yeah.
want him to make the money so you can have a nice thing because you probably 9 times 10 those women are well. They
Right.
well
Yeah,
off.
kept.
She got a
Yes.
nice house. Her hair
Uh-huh.
stay done. He probably just don't get to see it as much as you want him
Right.
to, but you good.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
the most I can say to that is make him give you a date. Like just
That's a
make him
good.
give you. If
That's
you
a
know
good
you got a busy
response.
man, make him just give you a day.
Yeah.
Maybe I know you've been
Put me on
busy.
that
Put me
calendar.
on the calendar.
That's a good response. I
Give me
like
a day.
that, and that's fair.
And on that day, that's it's me and you. That's
Right. Put
it. I
that
want the
phone
whole
away.
day.
Put
Yeah, I
all
want the
that.
whole day. Give me a day.
Yeah. Hey to y'all watching. Akina says hello. Hi, Cherie
Hey,
from
Tina.
our 2 shows ago. Miss Cherie McNair. Thank y'all for tuning in, for
Hey, Cherie.
watching, all that kind of good stuff. Now the number is in the comments, so you guys call in, join the conversation. This is open dialogue today. But let me jump on to my next topic, and I'm gonna run the number out for those of you that are listening on air and can't see my live. You guys can feel free to call in 404-254-4347. Call in. Let's talk about some love and relationship stuff, y'all. Tell me what you got going on and what you guys might be experiencing and all that kind of good stuff. And me and Mr. Deontay might be able to give you a little perspective or, something,
That's
something.
all it is. It's just a perspective.
Yeah, outside
That's
perspective.
all it is. A
Yeah.
perspective.
All right. Well, this topic is a little bit risque, but I wanted to touch on it
Bring
because
it
it's
on.
it's a little bit needed. Is it good? Is it a good idea to brag to others about how great your partner is in bed?
Oh, that's a good time. That's a good time.
Now, this is another topic that I think is levels to it. It depends on who this partner is to you. Is it a play? Is it wifey? Is it just a fun person, or is
That's
it
a
your
good divide.
husband?
That's a good divide. Yeah.
Because I think that makes a deciding factor too. But
Well, I think that's a no-brainer. You
okay,
should not be telling folks about the person that you in love with and you care about
don't
and
kiss
you
and
admire.
tell,
Right?
right?
You don't discuss that with everybody else. You don't want them to wonder. You don't want them
Get
to be
curious,
tempted, be curious.
yes,
Yeah, you don't want them to make a move. None of
right,
that. All because of what you did with your loose lips.
right.
Yeah, you don't want to set your stuff up
Be
like
looking
that.
at her all kind of sideways when
Right.
y'all go out to dinner
And
together,
nobody
or
never thought about it like that till you told all y'all secrets. And then she
right.
probably only act like that because of how you made her feel.
That's another thing too. That you put a whole. That's a good perspective, Deontay.
Hey man, I'm just saying you can't do that because that same situation will hit me in my butt too.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't go out here telling folks about somebody you care about. Now if it's a play thing like you said, yeah,
Yeah.
women do it too.
Yeah, we do.
Women do it
Yeah.
too. So yeah, when you get with the guys and y'all having some drinks and you know they saw the girl or they know who you talking about. Yeah, you go into it.
Yeah.
I don't suggest all the way into it, but yeah, you can go into it. That's what guys do.
Yeah.
I think women go all the way into it.
We could. We're
Women go
definitely
all the way
talkers.
into it.
You're right. We are definitely talkers, and sometimes it's too much. I mean, of course, we have our girlfriend, our go-to girl. That's we probably tell a little bit of everything.
I think it's more dangerous for y'all though, because y'all
Yeah.
actually probably will have feelings for the person, but just being women, natural talkers.
Yeah.
And then
Uh
they
huh.
said it's the wrong girlfriend.
Right. Right. The wrong one.
The wrong girlfriend.
And then
That
she.
girlfriend got her notebook off to the side.
Right.
So Henry got I got you. Oh, as soon as you finish messing with Henry, she come with. So you
Right.
done with Henry, girl? Right. And you said his number was what? I'm gonna tell him a thing or two. you know.
Now, I got two bounce off questions from these topics. One is, okay, like we were saying earlier, uh, individual, man or woman, can pull certain things out of somebody. So just because I showed all the way out with Tommy doesn't mean when me and Billy play around that it's gonna be the same fun. Cause Billy might not make me feel the way Tommy gives me butterflies. Tommy just, makes me feel like I'm the best, the prettiest, the everything in the whole wide world. Like
Right.
there's no other girl but me.
Right.
Billy makes me feel like he got 100 other women. Like I'm not that important, and so the whole experience is going to be night and day. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a cool way to put it. Yeah.
Now on the flip side, I feel like when we were mentioning, if someone does get curious, what are boundaries to when is it off limits to pursue someone else? So let's say, for example, if me and Jamal exchanged numbers and we went out on a date, Does that mean that he's off limit to my friends when it didn't go any further? Like, when does the boundary put up?
That's a great question. I think I think your friend should know. Hey, if I gave him the number, I'm interested. You got to give me a chance to see where it goes before he get to you. Cause listen, cause this was gonna be unfair. If he do get to you, or y'all do date and things do transpire, or stuff you can't take back,
Right.
I don't want her no more. So now that's unfair to me.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or I don't
Mhm.
want her no more. That's unfair to me.
Right.
So, I don't think you should do that. I think if you know I'm dealing with somebody, whether we done already been home to home base or not,
Mhm.
you got to give me a chance to realize if I want to finish it.
Okay. Okay. That makes
That's a
sense.
friend. That's what a friend would do.
Now, what if she genuinely didn't know? Okay, and because we just went out on one date, so it wasn't even worth me saying, just yet.
Mm-hmm.
But now I find out you are talking to him on the phone. Like, should I keep my mouth shut, or should I be like, "Girl, he mine," or like?
If y'all friends, y'all can talk about it. I just
Right,
don't know.
right.
I don't see it happening.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see neither one of y'all saying that y'all talking to the person, but can't nobody be mad at nobody either.
Right, if we didn't even know.
Yeah,
Right,
can't nobody
exactly.
really be mad at nobody. But it is whoever found out or put two and two together first. It is their responsibility to say, "You talking to such and such too?"
Right.
Oh, cause girl, I didn't know that. So what we gonna do? Like, are we
You
gonna
can
go?
have
Yeah,
yeah.
are we gonna let the dude come between us, and we don't need neither one of us even know if we like him,
Right, or if he
or
like
we
us for
gonna
real, for
laugh
that
about this
matter.
one fish in the sea, and
Right.
probably throw him back, or just say, "Girl, I ain't really like him." His brother say,
Yeah.
"His brother, this thing for you." Like, you know what I'm saying? It need
Yes.
to be that if y'all friends,
Right. If we
if
friends,
y'all
that
real
that's
friends.
the that's the contributing
Yeah, that's
factor.
the quotation word. If y'all real friends.
Right. Wow. Now, the concept alpha females, is that a turn on or turn off? Like, I think sometimes it can scare people or men. But if you met someone and let's just say you were on your first date with a woman and you're like, tell me a little bit about yourself. That cliche question.
Yeah.
And one of her descriptors or adjectives describing herself was, I'm an alpha woman.
Would it turn me off?
Yeah, or are you comfortable with
I
that?
would
Or
first ask what's her definition of that.
okay.
But from just hearing it come out her mouth in general,
Uh
without
huh.
even asking for a definition,
Uh
I
huh.
like that.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
that's a dope. Okay. Now I want to know what you mean by that. Because
Right.
I don't want to get into something where you think you're supposed to be handling me or telling me what to do, or you know what I mean. You think alpha female trump alpha male? Like I don't want to get in
Right.
no situation like that. But
Don't be
if
beating
you
them up,
just
right? No.
if you just saying you know what you want,
Right.
you know what I mean? When
Yeah.
we get to the restaurant, I ain't got to look at you and be like, what you want, baby? If you already know when I come here or when I go
Mhm.
anywhere and they got this, I already know.
Right.
Or when I go to do this, I already know how I want it to go. If you
Okay.
that type of person,
Mhm.
then I'm cool with that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm cool
Okay.
with that. That's less
Okay.
thinking for me.
Right.
I mean, yeah, let's run it. You can think for me sometimes. Let's do it.
Right.
Because a lot
Right.
of times we in relationships and our women get comfortable and that's what we want, but it do get annoying at times. They lean on us for every single answer. What we finna eat, baby? What we finna go, baby? What we gonna do?
Right.
And then a lot of times we come up with the answer and you don't even like it, so we go down this
I don't
road
want that.
for
Right.
30 minutes. We go down this road. I don't name 15 places. You don't want to go to none. How about you tell me what you want?
Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
but if you got an alpha female in the situation and she already know what she wants, she know what she want to do this weekend, she know what she want to dress, she ain't even got to ask me how this look.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can
Yeah.
play the game all the way till she come downstairs. Cool. You ain't gonna call me and say, hey, come up here. I
Yeah.
get up here and you say, how this? Which, which shoe? The heel or the flat? To me, that's my definition of alpha female.
Okay, I
Yeah.
gotcha. All right, that makes sense. So, with that being said, I agree with that wholeheartedly, and I feel like, ironically, this is probably kind of crazy. I have dated gentlemen that have been the opposite of what you're saying. Like, they'll be the one asking, "What we gonna eat for dinner tonight? What you want? I don't know what I want, and I'll name something. Well, I don't feel like that. Well, what? I can't guess what you feel like. You know what I mean? So
Really?
I felt like you was talking to me because I've been there. You know what I mean? And I know it's not common for women to, because usually we are that role. I know that. But I dated a guy that's been that way.
Man ain't hard to please. If
Just
if he put it on you, 9 times 10, whatever you said, he'd be like, all right.
sometimes yes, and sometimes not so much. And then I'm just like, it's not that serious. It's just dinner on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Like we ain't going on. It's not a special occasion. Like what you want? Then I get the what should I wear? I've gotten that from a
Yeah.
man. Yeah, like how does this look? Should I wear, slacks or jeans, button down or polo or
I mean, I asked the question, but I'm fully dressed. I ain't looking to take that back off. I'm just really looking for my girl to give me a compliment before I go out the door. But
okay.
I still say, how I look, what you
Right.
think, and all that good stuff. But like I said, I'm dressed.
Yeah.
This ain't a situation where I look like I'm finna put on another shirt if you don't like this one.
Right,
You know what I mean? No, I'm
yeah.
dressed. I want that validation from you first.
Right. Now, on the flip side, I went out with a gentleman and he was super decisive, No, he was decisive
Okay.
and I really appreciated it after going out with the other gentleman that just
Mhm.
couldn't figure
Man,
out if it was heads or tails. You know what I
right.
mean? And I was just like, wow, this is such a breath of fresh air. Like I was able to sit back.
That's what I'm talking about. That being able to sit back.
Yes, and cause like the other gentleman, I've actually had to go to fine dining restaurants and help him order because he didn't know what some of the stuff meant.
Whose
Yeah,
idea was to go to?
it was mine.
Oh, okay. I was just saying, come
Yeah,
on, dude.
yeah, it was mine.
Okay.
But he wanted to take me somewhere nice, but he just didn't know how to.
He didn't even know. Look, I mean,
Yeah,
I was
like
rocking with him, but somewhere he didn't pick up the slack at all. He
yeah,
ain't stepped up at all.
he didn't even know how much to tip at the end of the day. Like it was a lot. He was a whole learning experience. Like, are we almost 40 or are we 17?
Well,
Like
that's
what?
what made me an experiment, and I'm sure on that experiment you realize this won't work.
Yeah.
I gave you a shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then I'll go out with another gentleman, and then like, I'm not a drinker, so if I'm going to order, a lot of times I'm guessing, or I may ask the server for suggestions on different wines, etc. But he was like, I got it. He ordered my drink and hit it on the head, and I was like, yes, you did. You better do that, huh?
You want to do?
Yeah.
Oh man, you can guess a woman's drink. That's a
Yes.
smooth quality right
Yes, I was like, you did that. He was like, I got you. I was like,
I used to could guess a woman's perfume. I used to be on it like that.
uh huh.
I used to guess it.
Wow.
They came up with so many more since then. I'm old now. I ain't even in the game like that. But I used to do that. And I'm talking about when you say a woman's perfume or her fragrance,
Uh huh.
man, the way her face light up was like, oh,
Yes.
she was not bad.
Right. How
Oh,
you know that? Hey, what
yeah.
color
And you
panties am
can't
I
say
wearing
because
too?
I'm
No,
a
I'm kidding.
player. You know what I mean?
How you know that? That's my little secret.
But that gets the woman's drink. That's smooth.
Yeah, I thought so too. So I was like, he got all kind of kudo points with that one. But I was like, you did that, brother.
That's what's up. Nobody
Yeah.
so surprisingly they didn't want to talk.
This week, right? Last week the phones was like,
They just want to tell you how much they love and they want to share.
I.
That's what it was. And then Miss Clam's family members, they called me
Yes,
and
they
they
showed up and showed out too, right?
right. So that's what it was. I
Yeah.
think they listened more so than anything.
Yeah, because there's quite a few people on the live now. Hey, y'all. Hey, Shakira just
They
tuned
listening.
in. And
You got one more for us?
yeah, well, I can pull up one more, yes, before we wrap it up for the night. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. I thought we was gonna chit chat a little bit, like you were saying, but anywho, that's cool.
They shot. They gonna call in. Watch for the panel. They gonna call in, and we are gonna have a house full.
Right. Yeah, because we are gonna have. Yeah, you're right. Next weekend, that's the week before the event. So we're gonna have all the vendors here. It's gonna be a full house in here. I don't know where everybody's gonna sit. So about 8 people, and we're just gonna have to circulate the table so everybody can get on the mic, introduce themselves, what they got going on. I know I gave a quick preview of who, what, where, when, and why, but yeah. So they'll be in the building some next Sunday, and also next Sunday, so October is International Women's Month. And so next Sunday just happens to be Women's Day or Day of the Woman or something like that, and we'll have a house full of mostly women. I think only one of the vendors are men, which is the owner of the venue.
Yeah.
So I think that's a perfect way to celebrate Women's Day that happens to fall on that Sunday.
Why
So
y'all
I'm
let me be
excited.
single?
So
I've been surrounded by so many beautiful, business-oriented women.
yes, I love
Positive,
it,
go
right?
getters. Man, I'm blessed and I'm fortunate, and I'm cherishing the moment.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
cherishing the moment. Hey, can I throw a curveball?
Absolutely,
Okay, so
yes.
this is not necessarily about love and relationships,
Uh
but I
huh.
purposely waited to the end of the show to see what you're gonna let me do.
Uh huh.
So your president got COVID. What do you think?
I think he just playing.
You think? I think it's such a convenient coincidence. I don't see how the night after, like, you
I think
just
he just
all of a
playing.
sudden got
You
COVID.
and your wife.
You and your
Yeah.
wife got COVID.
Cause
The
I
other
know.
people who was around, well, not even, they saying the whole Republican Party got it now. But Biden, he didn't get it. His people didn't get it. Y'all was at each other. It wasn't in the air. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Because I know people firsthand that have gotten it and their significant other didn't.
And they did.
Right. And so from what I can see, I don't go home with the Trumps at night,
Right,
but
right.
from what I can see, they barely talk to each other. It don't even look like they like each other.
Right.
So it ain't
So
like it's a
all we
whole
she
lot
wouldn't
going.
vote if he got it.
So I'm just like, he just playing.
Yeah, I think he just want to quarantine. It just so happened it's about that same amount of days before the next debate. I think he just wants to leave him alone until the next quarantine.
Or he also might not even be all better in the and be able to come
I
out.
really don't know the twist on it. I don't. I just know at this point in the game, I think it's safe to say that we need new candidates. Like we
I'm not
need
thrilled about neither one of them.
yeah, we just need new candidates. If we can't get new candidates, it's gonna be hard to drag me in that vote. Like real hard. We need new candidates. I'm not one of the people who want to tell you go vote, go vote, go vote, and then when you get there, it's like, oh, you telling me to go vote like they have some more folks on here.
Right. We
Yeah,
we picking between Spider-Man and Donald Duck for our president of the United States.
it's not.
I will say I am one of those people that say still go and vote. I am that girl.
Okay,
And I will be in the poll to vote between the two.
Candidates.
Yeah, gentlemen. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Like I'm not thrilled about neither at all. On that note, also quick diversion, but I want to come back. Today is the last day to fill out your census, guys. And I want to encourage you guys. I hear people say all the time, why? I don't want them knowing my business, all that kind of stuff. But we're so quick to give it to all these social media platforms. You know what I mean? It's the same information. It ain't nothing more. And to be honest, I really feel like they got it already.
I feel like they got it.
Yeah. Like, so what's the big secret? Like, we have a whole birth certificate, right? The government operates on social security numbers. All like it ain't like we get a social security card from Walmart. Where do you get it from? Like, so they got it already. So just streamline it so we can get that money. Like in our neighborhood. Like, why is this so difficult? Like
They came to my house.
they did?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
took care of them.
Okay.
Yeah, they came to my house. They
Wow.
came one time and we did them like Jehovah's Witnesses.
You didn't answer.
And then another time he came, this guy was walking down my driveway right when we were getting in the car.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, you counted now, right?
Yeah.
Good, good. But in regards to voting, I mean, I just feel like it's so important. Of course, the obvious, we've had people die for this right. And I feel like a lot of people that wouldn't go vote, if we couldn't vote, they'd be ranting and raving about it. Like, oh my God, you know what I mean? So you can.
That'd be a whole march and a protest.
You can vote.
Right,
so now what? And it's important to me. Like since I've been 18, I've never missed an opportunity to vote for a few reasons.
Really?
Yeah.
That's honorable.
And I vote for a few reasons because I vote for my whole family when I vote. For two reasons, good and bad. One, because I'm first generation American, so most of my family is not able to vote because they're not a citizen. The other side, the few that are, have unfavorable records or backgrounds, so they can't. So I literally vote for my entire family. So
That's awesome.
I have to. Like I will stand in line just like I would for anything else.
Right.
And I go and vote. And it's so many opportunities between the absentee ballots, the early voting. Like early voting starts in a minute. I think another week or so. Ain't nobody gonna be at the polls yet. Y'all go ahead and handle that.
Did they slick say you might not know that night? Did they say that?
I missed that.
In the debate, they were both kind of throwing
No.
that out there like we probably won't know who our president is that night. We
Well,
probably won't know for some weeks, and they were saying it's because of the mail-in ballots and all that type of stuff. Trump said even in the debate, he said something about he found his name or he found some ballots in the trash can with his name on it.
no.
I don't know how true it is, but that was them saying right then. You probably won't find out who's the presidential candidate or the new president for the new term that night.
Well, that is true.
Weeks.
And because for mainly we probably would have never had we've never to my knowledge have had such a high interest in the absentee ballots or early voting, and so the absentee ballots won't all be collected and counted by then. So that's true.
Okay.
And a lot of times in the past the absentee ballots weren't you had to have a good reason that you weren't going to be able to make it to the polls. I think they ex-nate that, and now you can just vote that way, right? Like you had to be either away to college, ill. You had to have a reason. Yeah.
So now we're gonna do the absentee
Right.
You really don't want Trump, and then you got some folks who really want Trump. It's
Yeah.
just such a mystery. it's
a joke.
I didn't want to use that word.
It's a joke. Yes. That's
What
what I said when I found that out. I was like, he just kidding. They're like, stop playing. Go take some cough syrup and stop that. Yeah.
Show.
Right. That's a
That's
Tyler Perry production. I'm kidding.
I mean, that's how they were going at it. The way Joe had got mad, man, he could have been in one of Tyler Perry movies.
Right.
Not my son. You see? Let me get off here with that. Hey, it's been a great night, guys.
Yes.
Mr. Melody on Instagram. That's at Mr. Melody33. That's where you can find me. And go ahead, Chivonne, our beautiful host.
You guys, thank you for tuning in. It's your girl Chivonne Noel. You can follow me on at Vonnie in the City on Instagram and Facebook, or at Chivonne Noel. But it's been real. We signing off. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. We got a full house, so we need y'all to be in the building too, virtually. But tune in. It's been real. Good night.
Good night. Good show.
Yeah.